everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a comparison or a versus video for you. I'm gonna have a couple of these for you this week, and so today's is actually going to be on face primer because there were two that have been super hyped up and I have been really wanting to try them out. So one of them is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, and the other is the Tatcha Silk Canvas. Both pricier face primers, both getting a ton of hype. The Bobbi Brown being super hyped up for a while now, and it had been out of stock on Sephora's website, and I had just been stalking the website till it came back in stock. So I kind of want to go through the details of these with you, so that if you've got my similar skin type, or if you've just been curious to try one of these out, you know whether this is going to work for you, because I have been using both and I do have thoughts for you. So let's get started into this video. Okay, like I said, this is going to be the Tatcha versus the Bobbi Brown. Is there one that's better than the other? Let's first go into just super small details. The Tatcha comes in this box, which you know most Tatcha products to come in this packaging. Tatcha is a very luxurious brand. Granted, Bobbi Brown is too, but I don't buy a whole lot of Tatcha because I feel like it's so expensive. Now, I did really like the water cream. Will I purchase it again? I don't know. I am more of a thicker face lotion type of girl, but like all Tatcha products, the product comes in the little box with the tray that slides out. Pretty much, I think most of their products I've purchased in the past. The Dewy Skin Mist, it has that type of packaging, the water cream, and now this. It does come with a little, like a little handout instruction guide, I guess you could say. And then you've got the inside, which kind of tells you about Tatcha and, you know, background and the geishas and all that. So I will read to you the back of the box here shortly so that I can tell you what the claims are. Now, the Bobbi Brown comes in super basic Bobbi Brown packaging. I've never thought that Bobbi Brown packaging is anything super spectacular, but just your typical white box, and it does say Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Shea butter, vitamins C and E. So now that we've gone through packaging, let's go through prices for each. The Tatcha is $52, but with the sale going on right now, the VIB sale for Sephora, you can get 15% off. That's how I picked it up. I waited till the sale. The Bobbi Brown I did pick up at full price only because it sells out so quickly and so frequently that I figured I wasn't going to chance waiting for the sale, and this one is $60. You get 1.7 fluid ounces with the Bobbi Brown and 0.7 ounces with the Tatcha. So you get a full fluid ounce more with Bobbi Brown. Now, let's go ahead and start with the Tatcha. Packaging is beyond incredible. This is one of the things that really sucked me in. You know that I am a sucker for packaging. I am drawn into that pretty much before I'm even drawn into the product itself, and a lot of times the decision is made on my part to buy something based on the packaging. That's so the wrong reason to go. But anyways, it's a little disc. You've probably seen this all over social media, probably seen this quite a bit on YouTube by now, and then on the back it just has the label telling you what it is. The Silk Canvas Filter Finish Protective Primer. I will tell you, it comes with like a little disc type thing. I will show you what it's for here in a second. You open it up, it screws open, and you've got a flat, almost balm type of product on the inside. As I stick my nose in there, as with all Tatcha products, it smells really good. It has that really soothing spa type smell to me. Now, the reason this little disc is included is because it is a balm and it gives you the chance to kind of scrape off some product. It really isn't, I mean, I guess you could kind of swirl around. It's not the route I've taken, and I've pretty much seen everyone kind of scrape some out. If you have long fingernails, which I do not, you can probably use that as well, as long as you got clean hands. Instead of this, I mean, I can totally see this getting lost in the very near future. There's no little pocket for it. There's really nowhere to put it unless you have this and you know where to put it other than leaving it loose. So that's how that looks. Now let's move on to the Bobbi Brown. It comes in your typical little jar. Has a label at the bottom just letting you know what it is. The cap, very pretty, very Bobbi Brown with the emblem on there. And then on the inside, I've still got the little plastic thingy because I like to use up all the product that's on the plastic thingy before I make my way into the actual jar. This is what it looks like. It's going to look nice and full, and that's because it is, I got this about a week and a half ago, and I've been using the product. There was a lot of product on this little cap. It's what I've been using. I'm almost out, so then I'll dip into here. So obviously very, very thick. I will show you how thick that is. It doesn't come out or anything. So let's go into the actual textures and things like that. So for reference, I am a normal to dry skin type, more on the normal side, but in winter months my skin does get dry. I do also at times just get some dry patches, like right here, especially on my chin. I get a line that just is dry. I don't know why. I tend to get very, very dry right here where my nose meets my face. And then sometimes like right up here in my forehead area. That's pretty much it. And then aside from, like I said, in the winter months where my skin's a little tighter, I overall, the entire year, I prefer to use thicker face products. Again, I don't have oily skin, so I think I can kind of get away with that. I feel like my skin benefits more from the thicker cream products, which includes my night cream, my morning routine, and also face primers. I prefer the thicker side of things. I'm already off the bat going to tell you both of these are pretty thick. So if you have oily skin and you don't like thicker products, know that both of these are very, very thick products. Now, let me take you into the Tatcha because it is the one I'm wearing today. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to see anything other than the fact of like the finish that my makeup is, you know, the way my makeup looks now. I guess the finish, it's kind of, my foundation has a lot to do with that, but I feel like the primer has a lot to do with that as well. So what I have found with this is that so yes, I've been using the little disc. A little bit goes a very, very long way. It's very, very silky to the touch, and once you like put it on your face, very, very silky, very, very smooth. Yes, it does give you kind of that blank canvas. Let me read you the back of the box. It says, it is for all skin types, so keep that in mind. Again, I can't speak to oily skin type because I am not, but know that the box does say for all skin types. It says invisible layers of silk instantly filter away imperfections and impurities for alluring skin all day and over time. It blurs the look of pores, fine lines, and uneven skin tone. Primes with silk powder for long-lasting, flawless makeup. Protects skin from makeup and pollution, color corrects with a universal shade for a healthy, soft, focused glow, and then anti-aging Japanese superfoods help restore the look of youthful radiance. Let's see, for centuries, geisha applied a thin layer of wax called binsuk to create a perfect canvas beneath their iconic white makeup. The silk canvas is a modern evolution of the geisha's secret for silky, smooth skin. So, that being said, a couple of things I do want to tell you. Blurs the look of pores, fine lines, and uneven skin tone. It does, to me, I do see it blurring out. I really don't have uneven skin tone. There is an area right here on this cheek where I kind of have a little bit to where even though my makeup is completely covering, it almost looks patchy even though it's not, and that's, I think, because of the skin tone. But so I don't see a whole lot of results in that area, I guess, but as far as blurring the look of pores and fine lines, I do see that. Primes with silk powder for a long-lasting, flawless makeup. I do find that this makes my makeup last all day long. I typically wear makeup from about 6:30 in the morning until about 6 o'clock at night. 6:30 is when I typically start washing my face. So I get a pretty long day. There are times where I wear a primer to where by 2, 3 o'clock, like I'm starting to see makeup kind of start to look a little patchy. It's my opinion, you can have the best foundation on, but if you have a primer that's really not working anymore for you, and I kind of am a believer that primers tend to work for a while and then after a bit it's kind of like shampoo, you know how you have to kind of switch it up a little bit. That's what, I don't know, maybe it's all in my head, but I feel like that's how it is for me on my face. Protects skin from makeup and pollution. Color corrects with a universal shade for a healthy, soft, focused glow. I do feel like it looks very airbrushed and soft focus. As far as a universal shade, I mean, I don't know how I would tell. And then the anti-aging as well. So this, like I said, a little bit goes a very long way. It makes my makeup last. It does blur out, like to the point where when I'm done with my makeup and I take a step back, I'm like, I am having such a good makeup day. I have said that every time I have worn this primer. I'm just like, I'm having such a good makeup day. I can't stop looking. And that sounds so vain. I don't mean it to. I have had really good results with this primer. Now, that being said, I want to take us over to the Bobbi Brown primer because this is not a balm. While it is still very thick, it is a cream, but it is still very thick. So if you're not into the whole balm where you have to kind of scrape off then and you're kind of looking for a thicker primer, then this is thick and creamy. Gosh, it smells so good. It smells almost kind of citrusy, I think. I'm horrible at describing smells. To me, it smells a little bit citrusy, but let me kind of give you my experience with this as well. So this is also very thick. A little bit goes a long way, same as with the Tatcha. I tend to dot where my pores are. I tend to dot right here, and then what I'll do is I'll spread it out. Of course, a little on my nose and then around my mouth area. So if I dot in those areas, then I have enough to smooth across my entire face. I'm going to tell you that I had the same results with this as I had with the Tatcha. I was absolutely blown away. Let me tell you what the box says. It says it's a vitamin enriched face base for all skins. Also, again, there you have for all skins. So it's saying that basically if you have oily skin type, this would also work for you. Again, I can't confirm that, and I feel bad telling you I'm not sure that it would work for you because it's very thick and it seems like it might not. But it's saying that it is. Rich in feel but never greasy. This unique moisturizer creates the perfect base for flawless makeup application. Shea butter provides daily moisture and softens skin, while vitamin C and E help protect against environmental damage, which of course you know vitamin C products for the skin, that's usually those work out very, very well. Vitamin C is really great for your skin. With daily use, make skin look and feel its best. Dermatologist tested. Apply to clean skin morning and night. I don't use this at night because I only use this as a makeup primer. I do use the Supergoop sunscreen right after I wash my face in the mornings. So I don't use this just as a moisturizer. I use my sunscreen as the moisturizer. I literally use this as my makeup primer. So that being said, I don't use it at night. I also think it's kind of small and expensive to be using as your night cream. That's not to say you can't or that it wouldn't work as a great moisturizer at night. I'm just saying I'm not going to go that route. So that being said, I kind of want to compare what the two claim to do so that you know if you're kind of getting the same thing in each. So obviously, let's see. The Bobbi Brown says rich in feel but never greasy. So I'm guessing that's why they're saying it's good for all skin types. Let's see, so it creates the perfect base for flawless makeup application, and the Tatcha says primes with silk powder for long-lasting flawless makeup. Bobbi Brown says, shea butter provides daily moisture and softens skin, while vitamin C and E help protect against environmental damage. The Tatcha says protects skin from makeup and pollution. Let's see, makes skin look and feel at its best. So kind of, there's a lot of similar claims with these two. And I have found them to be incredibly similar. So I really do think what it comes down to are a couple of things. One is what type of consistency you're looking for. I would see this as a really great travel option, and so this one's a little bit bulkier. However, I really love both consistencies. I was not expecting to love both of these. In fact, I thought there was a good chance I would end up not liking both of them, and I thought, okay, well, if I end up loving one, then that's great, you know? But no, I ended up loving both, which isn't always a great thing when it's kind of a higher end product. However, I see these both lasting me a very long time. I basically should be set for primer for the next year, in my opinion. I don't know. The other thing I do want to point out is that the Bobbi Brown comes with 1.7 ounces of fluid, 1.7 fluid ounces of product, and the Tatcha comes with 0.7 ounces. So while this one is $8 cheaper, it's $52, and this one is $60 in the long run, the Bobbi Brown is a better bang for your buck because you are getting an ounce of product more than the Tatcha. So I think it's easier with a cream to kind of gauge how much you are taking out and putting on your face than a balm, because what happens with the balm and what happened the first time was that I scraped off too much, not knowing how much I would need. And the thing about that is once you've kind of scraped it off, you don't want to go back and put it in the little container. I think for hygiene purposes, I think just in general, you don't want it to get goopy and gross. So it's easier to gauge how much you're taking out. You can build up, I don't know, I think you can build up easier with something like this. I guess now that I think about it, you can with this too. But just know that this kind of helps you know a little bit better than this. The first go around, I would say if you go with this one, take a little bit, smooth it out, add more as you go so that you don't do what I did and grab too much. Both of them, a little bit goes a long way, and I'm going to tell you, I don't think I've ever had such a smooth foundation application. I will tell you a couple other things that I used today was the Morphe Sponge, the one that has like the contour sides, the slim edges, because I feel like that sponge, I think I like it more than the Beauty Blender. I know Jaclyn Hill talks about it left and right, and I'm always like, yeah, but it's because it's Morphe, and I think you talk about everything Morphe. I really loved it. It's $7, and I picked it up at Ulta. The other thing that I did use today that I think made quite a difference was the MAC Fix Plus Gold Light version. They've released a couple of the illuminating Fix Pluses, and I think that I was really impressed with that too. So that being said, I really love both of these primers. I think they do a lot of the same thing. Do I think you need both? Absolutely not. I think you just need to figure out which texture you're wanting. If you travel a lot, this may be the route to go for you, but bang for your buck, I think it's the Bobbi Brown. They're both amazing. They make my makeup. I don't think I said that about the Bobbi Brown. It also extends the life and wear of my makeup during the day. It doesn't fade, doesn't look patchy, doesn't look gross. It keeps on looking fresh pretty much all day long, and it's hard to find a primer that can do that to your foundation. So I hope you found this helpful. I hope if you're looking for one of these products that this kind of clued you in as to, you know, if one would be better for you than the other. Again, both claim they are good for all skin types. So if you do end up choosing one, or if you already are using one of these, I'd love to know what your comments are on them. So let me know in the comment section below which one you like or which one you decided to go on. If you already use one, tell me which one you use, and I'd be curious to know what your skin type is, just so that, yeah, more education on my part. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Before you go, I do need to give you the verse of the day. You know that. Today's comes from Philippians 4:12 and 13, and it says, I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do everything through Him who gives me strength. All right, guys, I just want to encourage you if you're going through hard times. I'm always, those of you who have had hard times and have reached out to me, you know it is my absolute pleasure to talk to you, to pray for you. I love each and every one of you. I hope you had a wonderful week this past week, because today is Saturday for me. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you again for watching. Take care, and I will see you in the next video, which will also be a versus comparison video. All right, guys, bye.